I just had a meeting with the leader of the journalism course. I have officially been accepted onto the course. I got the email yesterday. I've had kind of a weird couple of days. I've been feeling kind of down. I don't really know why. I think kind of overwhelmed with change, starting a new course and just not really knowing what that's gonna entail. And then Trump won the election, so I think that's just, ugh, I think everyone's just a bit at a loss really about the direction that the world's going in. And the reaction online from some people was kind of terrifying. So yeah, I think it's just felt like kind of a heavy couple of days. And then I kind of intended to have like a chill day today because I didn't have access to any of my course content. So I was just like, just kind of have a chill and then I can like jump in and really try and catch up. And I ended up just doom scrolling for like many hours. And then I checked if I could access my course content, and I can. And I looked at one of the 6 modules that I'm gonna have to catch up on, and the volume of work it just sent me into a bit of a panic. I did ring my mum because I was like, Mum, I don't think I could do this. But I don't have a choice. I've switched courses. This is what I want still. I'm not like sitting here being like, oh, I should have stayed on the first course. But I have 5 weeks of content to catch up on with 6 different modules, and it's much more academic than the course that I've left. I think I just need to take it a bit at a time. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna lock in for the next 48 hours, and I'm literally gonna only stop to eat really and sleep, obviously, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to function. But yeah, literally the next like 4 hours I think I'm gonna be dedicating to like breaking down what I need to do and then start it and try and catch up. Also, this is so not a problem in the grand scheme of everything I've just said, like it's really not that deep, but Outer Banks came out yesterday, the second part of season 4, and literally within 4 or 5 hours of it being out, I saw the biggest spoiler on the planet. Have we never heard of a spoiler warning? It's a rule, no, on the internet that in the first 24 hours of something coming out, you put spoiler warning before you talk about what's happened. And I'm pissed because it's huge. Like, it's huge. Anyway, it's fine. I've been just not feeling great the past couple of days, and now I'm in a situation where I'm basically just going to be channeling Rory Gilmore for the next 3 weeks, really. The next 48 hours, literally, is just going to be eat, sleep, breathe, journalism. Hello? What the fuck? Do I still use it? It is 11 p.m. on Saturday, just over 24 hours since the last clip. Haven't had quite the day I wanted to have. I got up at a really good time and I did my food shop and I was really organised. I had a great morning actually, and I did get some work done and some catching up, and then afternoon hit and I just procrastinated for the whole thing. And then I just started sobbing because just the enormity of what I've done hit me, and I've been looking through all the course content and just trying to grasp any of it, just any of it at all would be great. It's been a bit difficult. And then I rang my mum. I feel like there's a theme here. I basically just cried for like an hour straight, and I was going to do an update, but unfortunately I would rather die than cry on camera, so waited till I'd kind of calmed down a bit, and then actually ended up having a really nice FaceTime with my mum, and we talked about much more than just my course. But yeah, I'm not necessarily regretting it, like I'm not saying that I want to go back to my original course, but I think I just was in a bit of a panic. So I'm trying to take a bit of a step back, and I think I'm going to go to the beach tomorrow, which always weirdly gives me some perspective. Just like staring at the sea, I'm reminded how tiny we all are and that everything that feels really overwhelming actually in the grand scheme of things isn't that crazy, you know? But yeah, I've had a bit of a day today, and I just thought I'll record the highs and the lows. I want to do well. I have really high expectations of myself when it comes to like academic stuff, and this is a really academic course, and I haven't even started it yet. I haven't even gone to a single lecture, so I need to just chill, I think, and take each day as it comes, but that's so much easier said than done. And I was looking at all the course material, and I was just thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to catch up to a standard that is good enough to start, and then it just spiraled from there, so it's going to be okay. It has to be okay, because everything always kind of turns out okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be okay. One day at a time. I really mastered that mindset when I first got here. Just one day at a time. And I think I just need to remind myself of that, and yeah, I'm going to try and... I do want to still go through a bit of content tomorrow, but I'm not going to be cramming to the extent that I originally planned, because I'm just not sure that's a good idea anymore. Originally I was like, yeah, I'm just going to work solidly for 48 hours. And it's just not going to happen. And it's going to... If I were to try and do it, I think it would just destroy me before I even started, so... I just need to do some deep breaths, and all will be well. I just got back from my first lecture. I can't quite describe to you the sheer amount of nervous energy that is currently pulsing through my body. I mean, I did it. Interestingly, the lecture was about something that I went through on the resources page in preparation for today's lecture, so he must be like minutely behind on presenting, because I literally went through the whole PowerPoint, and so at least I didn't have to panic about not knowing something. I was like, I actually understand this, and it was like it was nice to hear him explain it rather than just read it on the slides, so yay. I did have another lecture today, but it's been cancelled, so I'm thinking I'm going to make a trip to the library. I have been here for a month and a half, and I still have not set foot in the library, so I thought I could go. Worst case scenario, I just walk around and get my bearings. Best case scenario, I walk around, get my bearings, and check some books out, because I have some reading that I think would be helpful, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some prep for tomorrow's lecture, which is at 9 a.m. and there's a lot of content for that module, and I just want to see if I can do any kind of prep so that I'm not going in blind. What sucks is, yes, yay, I've done this one, but tomorrow is going to feel exactly the same, because it's a different module, it's a different lecturer, I'll be in a different room, and I'm assuming people will have been put into groups already, so I'm going to have to like insert myself into a group with little to no knowledge of anything they've been doing. So that's great, but solid start, I guess. I went. I seriously considered just not going and then being like, hey, maybe I'll just drop out of uni. But I went. I did it. It's Tuesday. I was meant to have a lecture this morning, and I missed it because I was late and I was really annoyed, and that wasn't great. And then I went to a house viewing with one of my friends, because we're potentially living together next year, which I feel like I should be more excited about, but I'm not even 100% sure if I'm just gonna drop out. The concept has never been more appealing. And then I just had a lecture, which was okay, but I do feel like I have been a minor inconvenience away from a panic attack for the entire day. So I've got one more lecture, 5 till 6, but that's with the same lecturer from the lecture from yesterday, so I don't feel quite as panicked about that. But I literally, this might be my worst day since I've been at uni. Like, I'm not doing well. Yeah. It's a few hours later and the end of the day, and I just wanted to end this video on a bit of a positive note because it's been a bit chaotic and I've been very anxious. And I just wanted to acknowledge that I did go to my lectures today, even though I was really scared. I still went. I went on 2 house viewings with my friend, and we have put a deposit down for a house for next year, which is so exciting. And above everything else, I was terrified for today, and I've made it through the day. Like, I'm still here. I know that sounds so silly, but I said earlier that this is probably the worst day of uni I've had so far, but I'm still here, you know? And I just feel like I needed to take a second to acknowledge that and be proud of myself. And it's okay to be scared, and if I got through today, that means I can get through the rest of the week. And I've just got to take deep breaths and I've just got to keep going. And that's kind of how life works. You just got to keep going. So I made it through the day, and I just wanted to make a point of that because so much of what I've been saying has been about my anxiety and has been kind of negative, and there's nothing wrong with that. This has been my experience, but I just wanted to end on a good note because I do feel a lot better now. The day is over, I did it, and hopefully I can approach the next day that makes me anxious from a slightly better place. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.